basically the overview of my project is this. We're going to find some fungi collected from the Yucatan Peninsula that's located in Mexico, and we're going to take soils there. The reason why we're taking soils there is because we're trying to see how much nutrients is found within that soil, and we're trying to see a fungi-plant relationship. It said there is a scientific theory that states that from over 450 million years ago, that there was a fungi relationship that plants have made with fungi. And there's also a theory that states that because of this, plants can now choose whatever fungi that they want, or whatever fungi that they want, pardon me, in order to get the nutrients that they want. And so, in order to find out the nutrients for the soil that we collected for the Yucatan Peninsula, I will be using a ball mill machine. Now, the ball mill machine is just pretty simple. It's basically depicted as a box-shaped machine, and there are basically balls in there, and there's a metal container. I put my soil samples inside of there, put the 3 balls or more inside, seal it, contain it, and then from that point on, I'll be able to grind it. I will need to grind it in order to break down some of the soil barriers in order to use the LECO machine in order to see how much carbon and nitrogen levels there are found within that soil. From that point on, I can, me as well as my 2 college interns, we can depict the fungi relationship that is happening with those plants. So in addition to finding soil samples and grinding them out and finding out the carbon and nitrogen levels, we're also extracting some DNA from the plants that we obtained from the Yucatan Peninsula that is associated with that soil. And that's pretty much the gist of the whole entire project. But besides me working on this project, of course, there are my 2 college interns, Ben and Kevin. And so they've been working on this too. Kevin is working with the DNA extraction, while me and Ben are working on the soil on soil samples. That's it.
So what the soil lets you know there's a relationship?
Say that again, Steve, I can really.
What about the soil lets you know that there's a relationship?
The reason why we're going to pick that soil is because the fungi is located inside of that soil, and sometimes and since the plants are building a relationship with the fungi, we want to see if the fungi is giving the plants the nutrients that it needs.
How do you know if there's a relationship?
Based on some of the fungi that we found. Some of the fungi that we found from the Yucatan Peninsula, we listed it out, and we used soil samples from there. The reason why we use the soil samples from there is only because we found out that the fungi is inside that soil, which is a part of the plant, which means there could be a possible relationship among the plant and the fungi and the nutrients that it gathers. That's why we grind it up, and that's why we're trying to find how much carbon, nitrogen levels, or the nutrients that's happening. Yes, Amy?
What you just explained sounds like it might be something where a diagram would be really helpful.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a way we could figure out drawing a diagram of
Yeah.
that relationship? And my other question, I guess, is similar to Steve's, but why, the Yucatan Peninsula is pretty far away. Do you know why they've gone to study there? Is this not happening more locally, or?
Ben and Kevin didn't tell me why. I have to go back and ask them.
Might be interesting.
Is there a certain plant with a certain fungus that might only be in that region?
Yeah,
What plant are you looking at?
I don't know specifically.
Do you know what fungus you're looking at?
Type of fungus I'm looking at. We're looking at kind of a wide variety of fungus. I can't really pronounce their names, because they're really big and convoluted. There's one fungi that we're looking at where it has 3 cell barriers, and we're trying to see the relationship that it has with a particular plant, and that's why we're using the soil samples.
What's the cell barrier?
Cell barrier? Well, what I mean by cell barrier, I'm talking about like a cell wall.
Okay.
Any other questions? Yes, Shelley?
I was gonna say why didn't you museum too, but I was also thinking to help explain it, that maybe some kind of analogy would be good of comparing it, because you're trying to say the fungi help the plants help the fungi, and they're like
Yeah,
a
it's-
symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
You can think of like an everyday situation to throw that in for the people in the audience that don't know what you're talking about, or the people who come to this site who don't know what you're talking about, probably be good.
Yeah, like this is, like what you're seeing right now, like I was just showing pictures of whatnot just to give you some of the idea, but of course, I'm gonna try to incorporate videos, and I'm just gonna keep constantly go over it to see,
Yeah,
you know,
I know.
what parts are hard. to
What was the
understand.
first picture? That looked really good.
This picture right here?
No, on the first page.
Oh, that's actually a cave from the Yucatan Peninsula. This is not the exact cave that Ben and Kevin went to on their trip to Mexico to find some soil samples, but just to give you an idea of the location where they went.
So all this
That's so awesome.
plants and fungus in a cave?
Yes.
Maybe that's why they don't do it.
That might be the reason why.
Cool. Thank you. Unless, does anybody else have any questions for us? You can select who goes next.
Simone. Oh.
He's so
Videographers, you guys want to stop recording and start a new video so that